Good morning. It is Friday, April the 4th, 9:02 a.m. This is live with Frankie. Um, Happy Friday. We finally made it. It seems as if this week, at least for myself, was a bit busy. I'm sure others uh, are welcoming the weekend. Um, Lots to talk about today. We kind of bit our tongue, but like anything that happens with the city of Brownsville, we always have to verify. We can't trust, but verify, I guess, with the city of Brownsville. But nonetheless, we are eating our words. We'll be talking about us discussing, questioning a certain payment that was made, and we got word that you know money well spent. But you know the routine. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this feed. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are live Monday through Friday, every day at 9 a.m. If you support the cause, make sure you follow our Facebook page, Frankie Olivo. Any comment, like, sharing of this page right now, currently, benefits us in the long run because we need algorithms to work our way. It's like the surfer. We're trying to catch that wave. So think of algorithms as waves. The more you like, the more you comment, the more you share, the more you participate, it helps us to get traction throughout the world. And that's it. That is what we are searching for. And also, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make content. My friends always make fun of me because they say that I'm begging for pennies. I'm not a beggar, but make sure you send stars. I'm gonna show people, since people are taking a while. I'm gonna show people how to send stars. I know my mom's always, how do I send you stars? I'm like, well, just give me the money. It's easier. I'm gonna show. I don't know. I know I can do it. I can't do it on the desktop. Mm. Look, I'm gonna upload it and I'm gonna send it because I recorded it. If you're following me on a phone, it's easy. It's easy because if you look at the video right now at the feed, look at the very bottom left. There should be a star next to it. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna show y'all because people have asked me, how do we contribute? Again, any comment, like, share really goes a long way. It helps us. It helps the algorithm gain traction. And again, that is what we are after. Okay, I did put it up. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how to send stars. Keep on telling my mom, just give me the damn money. Just give me the $2. And again, it's not to get rich, it's just to keep us motivated. That's the excuse, right? Okay, here is the live feed from yesterday. Look at the bottom left. I'm going to blow this up. Look at the bottom left. You see this right here? The star? Take a look. Bottom left. You click on the star. Stars go up. Send a gift. Again, click on the star. Star goes up. Anywho, for those interested, for those have asked, how do I send the stars? I try to do it on my desktop. So if you're on a laptop computer, you have to go through the store, the Facebook Star Store. But if you are on your phone, again, look at the bottom left where you see a star. You can go ahead and send it. And I promise you, I'll buy nothing but snacks and munchies to get me motivated to come on every day, Monday through Friday. But thank you so much. Earlier this week, and again, we are not the type of individuals that we think that we're holier, that we are smarter than individuals. No, by no means. I think we or we hope we come across as humble individuals that whenever we are wrong about something, whenever we don't have the proper information, we're always very quick to advise a community. The best thing you can do, and I'll use this with my clients. My profession is kind of it entails a lot. We have to deal with Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, annuities, different changes that are happening year in and year out. And it takes a while. Maybe we don't know the answer to that certain thing, but we always tell the person, you know what, I don't know, but I'm gonna ask somebody that does, and then I'm gonna come prepared for you and answer your questions. Earlier this week, and so what I want to state is we are not scared of admitting, you know what, I was wrong. Brownsville, I was wrong, my bad. Because at the end of the day, we want to be the gatekeepers to the city. We want to make sure that what is being spent, we're getting the most bang for our buck. And just like anything, right? Whenever you go to the grocery store, well, you expect that a certain product is worth it. So we're proud to say that we were wrong, in questioning BCIC earlier this week by us finding out that they will be charging $30,000 for a guest speaker. There is a Gear Up program that will be starting in the city of Brownsville in late April. If you haven't signed up, make sure you do so. And the Gear Up program is designed for entrepreneurs, to encourage entrepreneurship, to foster relationships, to make sure that they are individuals that have the tools to invest, to properly invest, to give back to the community. That is what a Rio Grande Valley Startup Week is. They're hyping up the new business owners, the new entrepreneurs, those individuals that want to make it out, make it big. What do they need? What ideas do they need? How can we help this grow? This is located downtown because of the status of their guest note speaker. He will be speaking at TSC at the auditorium. But for the most part, I believe these workshops will be taking place downtown at the E-Bridge building, if I'm correct. Again, this will be like a week-long event. Me personally, I've already registered for it. It is free to the community. I'm not sure if they will be charging for the guest speaker. I don't believe so, but I guess we'll post once we know. April 25th to May 2nd. What I am looking forward to is they have a workshop on pitches, on pitching an idea, pitching a sale. It's very important for us that are in sales. It's great that we have all the knowledge and all the information in regards to the different products. But at the end of the day, you and I can agree that we have to close. We have to make sure that we convince our clients that, hey, this is the best product for you. If you leave today without this, it's going to affect your pocketbook, your health, your future, your livelihood. This is what's best for you. That is 70% of what entails to be a salesman. You have to close. Again, you can be knowledgeable. You can have all this great data to show people. But if you don't have that instinct to close, then you won't make it. And that's reality. And as they say, I'm very fortunate that I work with the Perez Hernandez financial group that does a great job of getting our foot in. Like, they literally walk us to these opportunities. They open doors for us. But at the end of the day, the one that has to come through, the one that has to close, the one that has to say, you know what, I am producing, is the individual itself. And my team, I previously mentioned, my team, because of our upline, are in Walmarts and HEBs. I was fortunate to be going to Corpus every Tuesday. I was at Central Boulevard at HEB. It's very expensive, very very expensive to be in those establishments, as you can imagine. But what did they do? They helped me get in the door, get in front of people. And if you could just close your eyes and think of the traffic each day at a Walmart and HEB, you're talking about in the hundreds, if not thousands of people that you come across. So I'm very fortunate to be part of that team, individuals that provide us opportunities. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to close. They will be having a workshop on, I understood, pitch competition. Or how to pitch, how to close, how to pitch. So this is a workshop that I'm looking forward to. And again, we did speak earlier this week in regards to this event. And just like anything, just like anything for the city of Brownsville, we always are very patient in regards to trusting either it's information, maybe with me. I guess maybe y'all are probably skeptical of, well, what information does he have? Is he trustworthy? But we're always very hesitant, or we're always trying to overanalyze things that happened with the city. Again, we did a story earlier this week on how this Gear Up program was going to pay $30,000 for a contract with an agency for this upcoming 2025 Rio Grande Valley Startup Week. When we think of $30,000, that's a large sum of money. I was joking and saying, hey, man, I'll do it for a 6-pack and some smokes. We always have that mechanic or that cousin, that family member that says, no lo lleves, yo te lo arreglo. Yo te cobro barato. I'll charge you cheap. We always get what we pay for, right? In every type of service, whatever product we get. If we pay a little bit more, usually we'll get top shelf, top of the line, the best quality, the best thing that's out there. So when we heard $30,000, we're kind of like, I don't know. $30,000 sounds like a lot, is a lot. But when you take into consideration, and this was BCIC. This was BCIC. They do have a new director. Previously, it was Helen Ramirez. She was filling in as both the interim and interim city manager and BCIC chair. Now I forgot his name. He came from another city. So when we first saw this, $30,000, we're like, wow, that's a bit expensive. We would think that, you know what, hey, $5,000, $10,000, $30,000 is a celebrity, an artist, a politician, a dignitary. So, and again, if I can, and I hate to rehash and taking blood out of a turnip, BCIC in recent years does not have the benefit of us saying, oh, this entity has been great for the city of Brownsville. It has provided many opportunities for each and all to thrive. We have talked about how former mayors, city employees, prominent families within the city, business owners, entrepreneurs have been the recipients of these BCIC GBIC grants in the hundreds and the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're all very familiar with this. And it caused us, we were upset. Us being a family, my family being in downtown Brownsville for 30, 40 years, we did get a grant I believe it was anywhere from $35 to $5,000, and we're thankful for it. But when we see other companies, other LLCs that were recently created within less than 3 months and are already being awarded $100,000, $200,000, it's kind of as if they just gave it to one and said, "Hey, here, cállate, get the crumbs," while everybody else gets the big piece of the pie. We've always been very questionable about BCIC. We have argued that maybe downtown Brownsville, isn't a good investment. It only benefits few business owners that have made sure that they reap the benefits from these entities, BCIC, GB. So we have been critical, and everything that we come across, we always, I guess, trust but verify. So when I say, hey, the city of Brownsville, BCIC, who gets $5 to $6 million annually from sales tax from the city, is spending money on developing downtown. These prominent families, entrepreneurs, they're building downtown. They're getting refunds for it. The loans were forgiven. Only benefit a handful of people. It doesn't benefit the city as a whole, right, Gene? So again, we're very skeptical about monies being, I don't know, mismanaged, misappropriated. So you can imagine whenever we hear, oh, there is an agency, Harry Walker Agency, that is receiving $30,000 to participate in the city of Brownsville's RGV, UTRGV's startup week. We were impressed. We were impressed when we showed the likes of the reach that these individuals had. They had people such as Kevin McCarthy, the former Speaker of the House, Joe Scarborough. He's currently on Good Morning Joe. Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Who else is on here? Kim Scott. Is that Kim Scott from? No, it's not Kim Scott. John Sullivan. Bill Maher, Stephen Colbert, Martin Short. Now these are of course like paid sponsorship. They're part of the group, and they say, hey, if something opens up, you'll go speak for them. But nonetheless, this is a high-profile agency that has celebrities, President Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Allison Felix. So they got celebrities, they got politicians, former First Lady Michelle Obama, comedian Amy Poehler, Tina Fey. So you can just imagine that their reach. Who's this guy? Kevin Hart. So you can just imagine they have an extensive reach. Harry Walker Agency out of New York. So BCIC grants $30,000 for this agency to take part in Gear Up Week. Again, entrepreneurs. Who's gonna come and motivate them, give them ideas? Someone that could say, you know what? Hey, I started from the bottom, and look what I built. I was an individual that rose through the ranks. We wanted somebody like that, and I'm not sure if you were here for that morning, Gene, but we did state: are we going to get a Mark Cuban, someone who's business savvy, former sports owner, an individual that has fostered relationships with entrepreneurs, who has invested millions of dollars on ideas, on startups? Are we going to get someone like that? Well, I think we got someone that possibly might be even better. Someone that rose through the ranks of Coca-Cola. And I'm talking about former Mexican president, Vicente Fox. Vicente Fox is a rata who stole millions from Mexico. You You are right, Tony. It seems as if every politician in Mexico enriches themselves, their friends, their family. We have seen how governments have emptied the coffers for their funds, for their city or for their state. It's an ongoing issue, right? Here currently, former Mexican mayor Tomas Yarrington, how he made international news. He made deals with the Telcar car, and I'm gonna tell you a story, but I can't say because then it'll affect the viewership. But former mayor Yarrington made millions of dollars. He invested in condos here in McAllen, and he was ultimately arrested in Spain. I could remember it very clearly, but you're absolutely right. Politicians have had that black eye in Mexico and possibly even here in the States, here in the US, that their only thing that they're fighting for is to enrich themselves. What I like about Vicente Fox is his story. Who could forget? There was a saying. I'm not sure if you've ever heard this, Tony, Gene, and Tucker. I'm not sure if you've ever heard this when they say, "Gánale al PRI." We were living. I was a young lad, but I remember stories of my grandparents talking about this. How back in Mexico there was only one ruling party, el PRI. It was a party that, even though the country of Mexico is democratic, it felt kind of like a dictatorship. The same people were in power. The same people stole millions of dollars from their country. It wasn't until Vicente Fox with the PAN party, el Partido PAN, that famous word PAN, he did the unthinkable. He was able to beat a PRI candidate. Remember that, Gene? PRI ran everything. You're talking about politics. You're talking about leverage. You're talking about power, immense power. If you were part of the PRI during the 20s to the early Fox one in 07, 05, to the early 2000s, for those 80, 70, 80 years, 70 years, 60, 70 years, the PRI ran the show. It was something that was expected. These people managed to stay in power for years. Good morning. So you're absolutely right. Vicente Fox, was he a part of this ongoing issue where, even though it was a brand new party, the PRI lost party, here comes the PAN, did they change? Did they revitalize Mexico? President Fox is one of President Trump's biggest critic. He calls him an idiot. He calls him not worthy of the presidency. He's been very harsh on him. He is also a big proponent of medicinal marijuana. I think the president currently lives in California. And as we all know, California is one of the states that allows individuals to consume cannabis. President Fox is a big proponent of cannabis, how he says how Mexico itself would benefit if they legalize the use of marijuana, because you would take that away from the Telcar's car. And I'll tell you a story. It would take power away from them. What I like about Presidente Vicente Fox's story about this election, about President, I can't even speak, how President Fox's story is that he was able to start off as a truck driver for Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is genocidal and supports killing babies and poisoning our children. They are scammers and leaders in creating cancer. We could go that route. We could talk about the effects soft drinks have on our bodies. Me personally, that is a vice that I'm trying to get rid of. I have to drink Dr. Pepper whenever I eat. I have that in my mind where if I don't have a soft drink, I don't want to drink water. Water is basic. You are right. You are right that it does affect individuals. It does harm. That they're scammers are creating cancer nowadays with just about everything. Just about everything, we can get cancer if you eat too much of this, if we eat too much of that. Maybe it's a good thing for Kennedy to be a part of the health administration. Maybe he will take a look at the different cooking oils, what is put into our meats and chickens, so we can hopefully fight against obesity, fight against diseases sicknesses that we obtain through consuming of these different products. Soft drinks and junk food have led to colon cancers and pancreatic cancer in children, and that's very sad. Again, I am no one to tell how to raise your kids, but McDonald's is not proper nutrition. My mom probably does this with her grandbabies, with my nephews. Mom, stop doing that. Don't give them McDonald's. Again, it is up to us to make sure that the youth, the ones we are in charge of, the ones in our household, are eating healthy, are avoiding soft drinks and junk food. There are some kids that are very disciplined, and they know that they are not allowed to drink soft drinks. They are not allowed to eat candy because it rots their teeth. But we have parents out there that give these to these children. It's up to us. It's up to us to do a better job. And again, it's probably the most difficult one. You're romanticizing billionaires. Hey, first it's Elon, then it's Vicente Fox. You got to dance with them. We got to dance with them. You got to dance with them. Frankie, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Moody. What role does he have as an entrepreneur? That's very interesting because, again, we talked about how we are supportive. Moody is curious as to how this individual, what would he teach us about being an entrepreneur? He rose through the ranks of Coca-Cola. He was at one point a driver. He would stop at all the local establishments, drop off the product. And he started in the 60s up until the highest point that he got in the 90s, early to mid 90s. He had helped Coca-Cola dominate Mexico. I think sales increased over 50% during his tenure. And this is an individual that started as a driver. He ultimately became the CEO, the chief executive officer for the company in Mexico, which led to large sums of profit. Again, we were questionable about the $30,000 that BCIC was going to spend on this RGV Gear Up Week. And we thought, man, 30 racks. Hey, bro, I would do it for a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper and some smokes. The normal fee would be $5,000, $10,000 if you're amazing, if you're beautiful, if you're good at what you do. So $30,000 kind of got me when somebody brought it up to my attention. I kind of thought, man, $30,000 is way too high. But the idea is entrepreneurship. We want individuals that are going to come and teach our future leaders and say, hey, look, these are the ideas that I had growing up. This is what I did. This is my morning routine. It's great to learn, and I try my best. Y'all may laugh at me, but I try my best. All my friends make more money than I do. All my friends are smarter than I am. In my group, I like to consider myself the poorest and the dumbest in my group. And you're probably like, well, tienes razón, man. Why? Because we learn from other people. I want to get their good habits. I want to get their ideas. What do you do when you wake up? How do you start your day? Do you exercise? Do you eat? Do you read? Do you meditate? Do you make love? Why? I want to learn from people that are successful because I want those similar traits. And I'm serious when I say this. I'm the dumbest for my group. There's a saying, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Those we associate with, sooner or later, the way they talk, the way they act, is going to rub off on us. That's what I want. That's why I enjoy being in these group chats with my friends, hanging out with these people, asking them questions because they're smarter than I am. They got a big portfolio. They're business owners. They're entrepreneurs. They're investors. So what role does an individual like a former president who once led the biggest growth in Mexico for the Coca-Cola product? I think this is very important because I want to know how he did it. And, you know, times in the 60s and 70s are obviously totally different from today. But leaders, those visionaries, could share similar experiences with us that want to do big things, that want to see ourselves grow. It could not be selling a product or selling ourselves, selling our company, but it's something we want to grow. I think this $30,000, and again, I'm sorry, Brownsville, my bad. I made a mistake. I said 30 G's, 30 Rex is too much. And for the likes of President Fox, I will say that I was wrong. I'm sure Fox has stocks and financial interests in the weed business. The weed business is booming. California's making a lot of money. Nevada's making a lot of money. Washington's making a lot of money. I'm trying to think of the East. New York. New York is New York, so they're always going to make money. That's the new wave. In the state of Texas, we have two pressing issues that have been gaining a lot of traction as of late. One is consumption of cannabis, weed. The second one is gambling. Is the state of Texas ever going to allow its citizens to gamble? People have to go to Lyford, those little towns, to go to those maquinita places. We have to go to Louisiana, Coachella, 12 hours away. Eagle Pass by Laredo area. Those are the two pressing issues, Gene, that Texas will be dealing with in the next 5 years, I would say. What changed all this, Gene, and I don't want to go off topic, but what changed was that in Dallas, you had the Alderson family, owners of, the Wynn, or a big prominent hotel chain. They bought the Dallas Mavericks from Mark Cuban. Everyone thinks that in the next 20 years that Texas is going to grant that they're going to legalize gambling, and they're going to open up hundreds of thousands of acres of property. Again, these individuals, they don't invest money without having an idea. Hey, I'm going to spend $4 billion, $3 billion on a basketball team. I own casinos in Vegas. I want to pioneer. I want to be the first one to open up a casino in Texas once they legalize it. An individual that opens up his pocketbooks in the state of Texas and says, hey, I'm going to invest heavily in the area, but I want first dibs. That's where I think we're going to. Does Fox have stock and financial interest in the weed business? I'm sure they do. Every smart business owner, entrepreneur, would invest in something that's bound to happen. And that's always the best time to invest, right? You got to get it when it's new, when it's cheap. Because once it's approved and once it starts going, that stock, whether it be for weed, whether it be for any startup business, any company on the stock exchange, will be a lot more expensive. Brownsville ISD has scratch cooking. What's cooking? Sure, but people know what's in our food. However, we ignore it. And you're absolutely right. We need to do a better job of being smart about what we consume. You know, we always say our body is our temple. If we, eat salads and chicken and protein and low on carbs, we'll be good. But what do we eat? Our consumption is very, very important. We have cigarettes and alcohol that are legal. Cigarettes and alcohol are legal. Never liked either one of them, though. Fox is a thief. All Mexican politicians, I guess, and some here, possibly here too. Takis aren't safe. Cheetos either. Doritos either. Some have MSG. I'm glad you brought this up, Elizabeth. Good morning. Thank you so much. Many people were criticizing President Trump's health administration because they stated that they were going to get rid of Takis, Cheetos, Doritos on the list that SNAP benefits the individuals that get monies. I think it was even the state of Texas. They're going to get rid of these items because right now, currently, an individual on welfare food stamps, they're able to buy everything pretty much. I'm not sure about cleaning products. Do they have cleaning products? Let me check my computer. I'm not sure if they have cleaning products, but you and I have seen the cart, right? They got meats, they got chickens, they got all these juices, all this, and they have Takis, Cheetos, Doritos. Many people have criticized the administration. I'm not sure if the President Trump's administration or the state that they're going to not let them purchase those items anymore. People are saying, well, why? That's racism. Let them buy whatever they want. Well, if we're giving them money, we're trying to promote a healthier lifestyle, right, Elizabeth? Maybe it's best that we do take these items off because who's it going to affect? The lives of the children. Because ultimately, whenever they do get to an older age, Ashley alluded to them obtaining these illnesses at, while they're still children. Colon and pancreatic cancer, two very serious cancers that we need to address. His grandfather was a U.S. citizen, classic gringo. Folks, I didn't know that. I didn't know that his grandfather was a U.S. citizen. What is topic? Topic today, if you look at your Facebook, it says, I was wrong, Brownsville. My bad. $30K well spent. We spoke about how the BCIC was approved of giving a talent agency $30,000 for them to speak at a Gear Up program that's designed to promote entrepreneurship. We questioned the sum of monies, and we thought, well, who would come? And the one chosen, recently reported yesterday, was President Vicente Fox. So that is the topic. No, we don't laugh at you. Laugh with me then. You should drink water and exercise. Eat a healthy breakfast. Watch the morning news. We are watching you. You are the news, Vela. Yes, I have started exercising. That's one thing that is very difficult. The older you get, the less ganas you have to be healthy again. Growing up, we did it for looks, for vanity. Now we're just doing it to prolong our life, trying to avoid the chronic illnesses of being diabetic or other health complications. But I'm trying my best. The one thing that I can't get rid of is soft drinks. I need a soft drink when I eat food. So it's all mental. I need to work on it myself. A homeless guy managed to scrounge up $20 in a day, and he was successful. It all depends on perspective. What's that meme? What's that meme, Tucker? That they say a crackhead never takes no for an answer. They're gonna be out there and juggling, and they're gonna be asking for money. And why? Because they got to get their hit, right? So if there's a will, there's a way. So don't tell me that you can't be successful in the best country in the world that has thousands of opportunities for each and every one of us. If you're a mother with kids, you get assistance, you get food, you get rental, you get a phone, you get everything. That's what I love about the good US of A. We have the opportunity to make it big in life if we so dare to. So Tucker is right. If a homeless guy is able to make $20 in a day for his hit, he was successful. Good morning, Mr. De Los Santos. Mr. De Los Santos, thank you so much. It's been a while since we've spoken. We will be having I guess you could say a debate, a town hall, a week before early voting. So we invite you along with your foes in your race to have a friendly dialogue, friendly discussion about your ideas for the city of Brownsville. What's interesting, Commissioner, is that there hasn't been too much action. Maybe it's me. You know, I've been away for the first 2 months dealing with personal issues, but it seems as if there hasn't been much chatter. Everything's too quiet. It's scary. Maybe it's a good thing, but for me, it's a bad thing. But thank you so much for tuning in, Commissioner. Again, we'll be having a little town hall. All candidates are invited to come and speak to their constituents, talk about what their vision is for the city of Brownsville. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I'm more than sure that you will be a part of it. Thank you so much. Kickapoo, is that in Louisiana? I always go to Coshada because I think Coshada is right. Oh, I've been to the one in Oklahoma too, Guerrero. I've been to the one in Oklahoma I've been twice. One for a Cowboys game, and then one for a UTSA game that we went to Denton. Was it Denton? I tagged along with Eric and Victoria. Kickapoo is in Louisiana. I only know Coshada because Coshada, I think, is right when you cross the state border, and then we go to Nolens. To me, Nolens, I love Nolens. I love Nolens in Vegas. I love old Vegas. I don't like New Vegas. I'll stay at old Vegas because I'm poor. And then who's calling? Kingsman number. Crazy. I'll call him right back. Kickapoo. I'm sure I've been to Kickapoo. I'm not sure where it is though. Lucas Sale was the point to get the casino, and that's what many conspiracy theorists say, Guerrero, that the reason why LA got Luka Doncic was because these new business owners, they said, hey, we want this and we're willing to give this up. Yes or no? It was a deal. It was a business deal. Because when you look at it on paper, Guerrero, there's no way you can justify how the Dallas Mavericks gave up a 25-year-old mega superstar. Many have questioned he wasn't healthy, he wasn't motivated, he smoked, he drank, he didn't take care of his body. But when you really think about it, and that's what I think. Many people say, well, you're reading too much into it. But the Alderson family from Vegas, they bought Dallas Mavericks with the idea that in 10, 20 years, Dallas is going to have its very own casino. Because again, the state of Texas is seeing money go to Eagle Pass, money going to Oklahoma, money going to Louisiana. That's in the billions with a B, billions of dollars. So that's what I thought. And many possibly agree with that, Guerrero. That the Lucas sale was because this Vegas family wanted to get a casino in Dallas, Texas. Have you heard of Clayton Wayne Newhouse? Checked out that story. Our judicial system is corrupt. I haven't. I'll look for it, though. Our ancestors ate healthy, yet they all died before 40. There's many reasons why. And again, I'm not a medical doctor or whatever, but, back in the day, the working conditions, people that worked in the rail world, that worked in the mines, they were just inhaling all that stuff. People that were painters, again, back in the day, we didn't know about proper equipment. So I think there's many reasons why people eat those morning snacks. Good morning, David. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Morning snacks are always needed, always on deck. Thank you so much. I like your background, Seinfeld. Bingo Patty, if you stay long enough, Kramer will rock out through that door. But you got to stay to the end, though. I promise. It's going to show up. Good morning, Frankie. Pasión needs you to succeed. Actitud y pasión. How's it going, Martinez? Are you still doing Actitud y pasión? At 6, you had great hours, 6 and 7 p.m. Sometimes at 8 or 9 p.m. Just depends. You had a different guest from Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning, Ray. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know about Actitud y Pasión. Weed business, like pot? Yes. You can invest. There are companies that you can invest in the stock market. I think celebrities created them, like Jay-Z has one, Wiz Khalifa has another one. But yeah, the weed business, because again, California, Washington, New York, Nevada, there's several, I think there's like 8 in total, if I'm not mistaken, of 8 states that have legalized weed, and they do put up their businesses up for stock to get more money, because Erasmo is not fluffing their feathers. Yeah, maybe. South Texas needs to invest in industrial hemp. Industrial hemp, little investment, big profits. I'm not too familiarized with hemp. The only hemp that I remember was when we would light what is it, a wicker? The hemp wicker, because it was cleaner than the mecha or the lighter. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like a rope, a hemp rope. Or am I saying things that I'm not supposed to? But no, there was a hemp rope. That's the only hemp that I know. I'm not sure if that's like a form of cannabis. I'm not sure if that's like a hash, a hashish, a hash. But that's the only hemp that I know, the hemp rope. But if you could clarify on that. Rio Grande City area also has the gambling machines, but they're illegal. They're legal, but they're illegal. That's the crazy part, because there have been takedowns by the Hidalgo County District Attorney's Office, Starr County. Their DAs are, because these business owners for the maquinitas, they find loopholes. They find loopholes to say, you see, we're abiding by the law, where we pay the people in silver coins, and those silver coins, they go next door and exchange it for money. It's convoluted. They're following the law, but they're not following the law. That's why I wouldn't want to go. Sparkling water and lemon are better than supporting a company that drops bombs on babies. Know where your money is going. Dr. Pepper supports the oppression of children in Palestine. And you're absolutely right. I do need to do a better job of staying away from these products that are harmful for my body. I'm not sure about the oppression of children, but if you have more information, please let me know. I would like to get more info on that. With a B, billions, not millions, but billions of dollars. Coaching show Thursdays at 10 a.m. through 5 a.m. Europe. Next topic, what is your limit? Actitud y pasión. When I think of actitud y pasión, I want to dance, right? Actitud y pasión, actitud y pasión. That's awesome, man. Coaching show Thursdays at 10, 5 p.m. Europe. The next topic, what is your limit? Actitud y pasión. We shouldn't have limits, right? We should always, we should have goals, write them down, read them every day, speak it into existence, with the understanding that, hey, I'm going to achieve this and more. What is your limit? The sky is the limit. North Carolina has great pot. They'll mail it right to your door. THCA converts to THC once it's heated above 250 Fahrenheit. We're so chemist. You gave us a breakdown. Let me write it down. I'm going to... remember the Silk Road, Tucker? The Silk Road was a website a few years ago that made national news, international news, that they were selling hardcore stuff, Coca-Cola, opioids, ecstasy. They were selling like hardcore stuff, and you could get them at your door. Can you really do that? They'll mail it right to your door. Isn't it illegal? I don't know. I wouldn't want to order something and be like, oh, it's legal over there. But it's like if we go to Vegas. Vegas, if you smoke weed, it's legal. But if you do it in Texas, it's wrong. So what happens if you get a drug test? Let's say I go to Vegas and I smoke. It's legal. I'm in Texas. They drug test me. No marihuana. Hey, I didn't break no laws. I was in Vegas. That's what I always thought. So, if North Carolina does mail it to you, I'd be scared. Not because the porch the porch bandits, number they're gonna get all high. Big, oh, tan buena la cosa. Toilet paper, building materials, yes, rope, cosmetic, food, lotions. Oh, so hemp is literally in everything. The only thing that I remember was the hemp rope. But building materials, they could pretty much, it's cheaper, more profit. Get up and dance, Frankie. Actitud y pasión. Thanks, Frankie. Good show today. Good morning, Mr. Moody. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. What happened with BISD? We spoke about it. How a concerned citizen, a member of the facilities committee, did pretty much bash one fashion of the three for putting up Dr. Chavez's job on the line more than once this year. And she called them dysfunctional. I think we know what side she was referring to. It was the Carlos, Frank, and Minerva side. Yes, they had great MDMA. The Silk Road. Heat is necessary to make THC chemically psychoactive. So it's not THC until we light it. What if we eat it? THCA is legal in all 50 states. Yeah, but then you have the legal in all 50 states, but that's like how my friend would say, eso nomás te da cosquillas. Eso no hace nada. It's all mental. You are screwed. Damn it. So no smoking in Vegas and then getting a drug test in Texas. SB3 is going to hurt a lot of heads hops. Possibly. His contract ends in June for the Super. Yes, his contract ends in June. Why would they want to get rid of him now? Many people did vouch for him. He did have a great support where they said, hey, he's a Brownsville native, born and raised. He has superintendent experiences elsewhere, and he came out of retirement to lead the districts. Some individuals, some teachers have stated, you know what? And Beth said this, hey, he breaks bread with people. He has a closeness, a relationship with his colleagues compared to previous administration that didn't. So yes, his contract is up in June. Many people have argued against his $400,000+ salary. If we should be paying that, especially since the district is bleeding money. If your pet eats pot, nothing happens to your pet. The pot has not made me chemically active. I'm going to eat it then. THCA is no joke. No, I'm going to stay away from all that stuff. Puro, get high on life, bato. What about 5-MeO DMT? Awas, DMT? I heard DMT was hardcore, at least one day. $30,000. I'm sorry, Brownsville. My bad. Y'all's money is well spent. $30,000 is going to former President Vicente Fox, the talent agency. They will be having President Fox in as a guest speaker. The interesting thing that I want to know is, will he appear here locally, or would it be through Zoom? It's going to be a packed house. It's going to be steps from the international border, where he was a former president. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to have the likes of somebody of his caliber, not just at the presidency, where he had meetings with world leaders and had a cabinet team that addressed the issues of Mexico, whether that be health, finance, and national security. Did he do a good job as being Mexico's president? Some have made the argument. Tony stated that, you know what, he's a rata. He stole millions of dollars. The reason why he would also be a great voice to speak with entrepreneurs, he did the unthinkable. He unseated a party that had its roots in the country. Gánele al PRI was a famous saying that many individuals stated to say, hey, that's the impossible. And us Mexicans, we made it into a phrase that said, hey, that's impossible. Gánele al PRI. That's impossible. It's not going to happen. These people have been dominant for so many years, and you think you have a chance. Gánele al PRI. You're going up against the gorilla. You're going up against a machine. There's no way you're going to win. There's no way. Vicente Fox and El Partido PAN won for the first time in decades. That now the PRI has, because of him, because of Vicente Fox, now the PRI party is no longer dominant. Now we've seen how the Morena party here locally in Tamaulipas and throughout the country of Mexico is the new party. Now we don't hear about the PRI as much. Yeah, they do have municipalities here and there, but their dominance on global politics, local politics, has pretty much gone away. Why? Because of Vicente Fox. As an entrepreneur, we need to hear individuals that are willing to fight against an immense opponent, someone that they say is unbeatable. Vicente Fox did that. I think it's great for him to come and speak to the entrepreneurs in regards to Coca-Cola. Again, during the 60s, this individual was a truck driver. He was personally behind the wheel, dropping off the products to all these different people. So guess what that helped him with? Developing these relationships with people, which ultimately benefited him on his quest to become the president for Mexico. He went from being a truck driver to being the chief executive person. In those 30 years at the helm, he helped Coca-Cola increase sales, dominate the market by over 50%, 60%, which is huge. Now, Coca-Cola is the staple mark in Mexico because of Vicente Fox. $30,000, my bad, Brownsville. I was wrong. This individual is going to be a great keynote speaker for our community. We hope that his ideas, his goals, growing up, will help us understand what it takes to achieve the unthinkable. I think it's very important for us to learn from someone from his status, because it'd be great for us in the near future. BISD needs Doge. Yes, we do. 400K. Wow. Crazy, huh? Yes, on April 28th, tickets go on sale in a few days, I think. Yes, they can also register online, but April 28th to May the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, it is a week-long event. RGV, Gear Up. Vicente Fox will be the keynote speaker in rapid fire. So I think it's going to be like a town hall. I had the, let me bring it up. I had it, but then I didn't. He is going to be the keynote speaker. Me personally, I signed up for the pitch. They're going to have a workshop that's going to teach individuals, or I anticipate they're going to teach individuals how to pitch, how to make a sale, pretty much. But the keynote speaker for the event will be a fireside chat with Vicente Fox, former president of Mexico. Fox is getting paid $30K. Jesus, why? I don't think it all will be going to President Fox. He is a part of the organization, the agency, I'm sorry. Is it Harry Wells agency? So I'm sure they get what? Probably a third, half. I'm not sure what business arrangements they have. My understanding is in person. Wow. I did register, but now that the name Vicente Fox gonna be at TSC, I hope I have room. I'm gonna be there early. I already registered for the week. I'm not sure if that gives us a ticket for the fireside chat. I'm very interested in this. I hope I'm there. I'm not sure if I'll go live. I'll try, but I will be at this boot camp, at this startup Gear Up week. But my interest, of course, is to go hear President Vicente Fox speak. So interesting. Will we do a Zoom and do 30K? That's a lot. No. According to Commissioner de los Santos, he will be appearing in person. 5-MeO-DMT from the frog medicine, short-lived, makes you super high. Some people see God, their spirits guys calm mental clarity. Some people just like to get high. To find a real shaman is hard. To find a drug pusher is much easier. Stay away from that stuff. I heard that stuff coming from Monterrey is laced with fentanyl. Nowadays, all of the drugs, all of our drugs is laced with something that could harm us. Your comment, going back to your comment. I think we need to be our own shamans. We need to find our inner peace. We need to be our own leaders. Many times we look for substances, whether that be drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, things to help us get by in life and cope with whatever problems we're going through. And I understand people just want to get high and forget about, they want to drink and get high and just forget about everything. Life, even though it's difficult, it's beautiful. We should always find positivity in our world. I think it's very important for us to promote a healthier lifestyle, being happy, being positive, surrounding ourselves with great people. We need a good team around us, because if we have bad people in our team, that really affects us. Coca-Cola strips the enamel off your teeth. It does bad for you. In English or Spanish, Vicente Fox. He's bilingual. He's done interviews in English and Spanish, and he's fluent in both. Tucker alluded to the fact that his father is a U.S. citizen, which I didn't know. Great things are happening at TSC. I hate that saying. Great things are happening at TSC. I hate when the school district uses it, the port uses it. This great things are happening. Like, what? What's happening? Y'all are making fetti off of us. That's it. Have a blessed and day a weekend. May the Lord give us another day. Thank you so much for your kind words. God bless you. I'm very appreciative of each and every one of you that do tune in Monday to Friday. It means the world to me. Again, we want the city of Brownsville to know that there are people out there genuinely care. We do want to make Brownsville, once again, the city on the hill. Anything that we can do on our part. There are many Facebook pages out there. You can just follow the numerous Brownsville pages that each page does their part of promoting Brownsville, promoting businesses, entrepreneurs, keeping our community informed. And we're trying to do the same with the little that we can. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you here on Tuesday. God bless.